Guys, what is up? Welcome back to the Daily Dose. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about... Bear with me 1 second. Comfort zones. So guys, the purpose of today's video is to discuss comfort zones and how people can get out of them and what to expect once you leave a comfort zone. Now, for some people, a comfort zone is a 9 to 5, playing it safe, playing it on the sideline, not really getting in the game. Being a bench warmer. Now, being a bench warmer is like a basketball reference where you're just sitting on the bench, or even a football one where you're sitting on the bench, not doing anything, and you're playing it safe. And when the game's going on in front of you, you're just sat there waiting for your turn. Now, I promise you one thing: no one is going to give you a handout in life. Okay, no one is ever going to give you a handout and say, "Here you go, kid, go do your thing." You have to get out of your comfort zone, and that can seem like a very, very daunting task. Something that you're not used to, something that you don't necessarily want to do right now. But I guarantee you, this is what I preach all the time on this channel, in my music, whatever. If you want to achieve greatness, it is not going to be done in a comfort zone. Now, let me just show you the trail of a comfort zone. Now, that is a trail from a comfort. Apologies for the writing. It's very late and I'm very tired and I just generally can't write. So apologies. So this is a comfort zone and this is greatness. And in the middle, you got all of this space. Now, all of this space can be filled up with one of two things. The first could be trials. The first is trials. Now, once you step outside your comfort zone and you're on that road to success, the road to fame, road to money, road to recognition, road to whatever, you're going to have trials that come up. I guarantee you, any successful person out there has been through trials to get to where they are today. An example I like to use all the time is J. Cole, because I'm a huge fan. There's hundreds of thousands of other examples, but for today I'm going to use J. Cole. Now, J. Cole did... initially, he wanted to make beats for Jay-Z. So he stood outside his office with a CD, waiting for him in the pouring rain. And Jay-Z, he saw Jay-Z and wanted to give him the CD. And he said, "No, I don't want it. Just keep it, kid." Something along the lines of that. Within 1 year of that day, J. Cole was signed to Roc Nation, Jay-Z's record label. Now, in that 1 year, he had his trials. That first one was his trial when he was waiting there in the pouring rain, waiting to give a CD to Jay-Z. Now, he could have quit that day. That day, Jay-Z said to him, "Nah, kid, I don't want that." He could have quit. That was trial number one. All the other trials, we obviously, we don't hear about, because some people in the industry are quite, they're quite secret about what they do. But I can gather that J. Cole went home and made the warm-up, the mixtape that got him signed to Jay-Z. Now, the warm-up is one of my favorite mixtapes of all time. It's one of my favorite pieces of content by J. Cole. And this is a very controversial thing to say, but I think it's probably better than his album Born Sinner, or even touching on 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I love that mixtape. That mixtape is real J. Cole, raw J. Cole. And he obviously made that after being rejected by Jay-Z. So that was his first trial. He could have gone home, cried about it, and no one would ever have heard of Jermaine Lamar Cole ever again. But in 1 year, he got signed to Jay-Z. That was his trial. And this is what you need to understand. When you get out of your comfort zone, now J. Cole getting out of his comfort zone was him standing outside with his CD, waiting to give it to Jay-Z. So obviously he'd been planning it for years, or how many other months, or whatever. No one knows how long. But he got out of his comfort zone. He was waiting for Jay-Z out there to give him it, and he said no. That was trial number one. Trial number two we know of, or I know of, is when he wanted to when he had finally got into the industry, he signed, and then he basically had to meet radio numbers, like radio hits. He needed a hit for the radio, he needed all these different things in the process. And he made his first album, Sideline Story. Now, this was where I was sort of debating whether to stay a J. Cole fan or not, because from his mixtapes to his album, what he released, that piece of content was not him. And I thought, if he's going down this path, I don't want anything to do with that, because it wasn't J. Cole. He'd almost sold out at that point. And then what really opened his eyes was when Nas, one of his favourite rappers, his idol, his role model, whatever, heard his album, or heard the song Work Out. And what happened was, I think one of J. Cole's friends heard or made Nas listen to it, or asked Nas, oh, what did you think of the song? And apparently he said, no, it was whack, man, like, he didn't really like it. So that was trial number 2, because J. Cole had released his first album, and his idol, the guy he looked up to, didn't like it. And instead of going home crying, he released another great piece of content, Born Sinner, his second album. And in that song he wrote, and in that album he wrote the song Let Nas Down. Now, this is how crazy life works. He saw Nas before he released that album in the airport, when they were flying out to wherever. He played the song for Nas. Nas was like heartfelt, he felt really emotional about it, and said to him, listen man, you keep doing you. This is what I want to hear from you, this sort of content. And then Nas released a song, like basically saying, you didn't let me down. Like, he used the same beat, he's like, you didn't let me down, here, go and take the crown. So he's basically like giving J. Cole the Nas seal of approval. So that was his trial, that was his second trial. That was his second trial, where his idol told him, nah, you're no good. So he's signed now. He's like, he's the man, he's signed. But his trial was Nas telling him that you're not good enough. Now, you can make it in life. Like, I don't know what it is for you to make it, but my make it is to have all the people around me happy. And myself, of course. Like, money's not going to do that. Fame's not going to do that. But I know doing this is going to help me happy. It'll keep me happy, which is going to in turn keep the people around me happy. Now, people will go through trials throughout their lives. That's just one example. That's just one J. Cole example. And why I want to stress is, if you're happy with your current situation, you're happy in a comfort zone, you're happy with your 9 to 5, your minimum wage, your boss shouting at you, your whatever, and that's cool, do you. I'm not trying to, rain on your parade. You keep doing you. But if that one day you wake up and you're not happy with what you're doing, you need to get your ass up out of that comfort zone, and you need to go on that road to success. But there's going to be trials on the way. There's 100% going to be trials, there's going to be tests, there's going to be people that be there deliberately trying to kill your soul to stop you from doing what you're doing. Now imagine your role model. Like, for example, Jay-Z was J. Cole's role model, one of his role models. Imagine your role model saying to you, I don't like your piece of work. I don't want you to work for me. How would you feel? How much of a morale killer would that be? What sort of impact would it have on your confidence? Now, J. Cole took 1 year, and he released the best mixtape he's ever done. Ever. Best piece of content, undoubtedly, he's ever released. And that was the piece of content that got him signed a year later to Jay-Z's label. One of his role models. And as I said, with Nas saying to him, you're no good. And then him, like, a couple years later, releasing a piece of content which made Nas release a song saying, just take the crown, you're the king, you're the new king. So it's just that this is a very random but a very small important point I want you guys to understand is, if you want greatness, you need to get out of your comfort zones. And guys, that is the vlog today. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up, hit that like button, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the next vlog. Peace and love.